Okay, party people in the house.
Oh man. Woo. Hey. Woo. Hey. Yeah. That's a disrespectful beat. I remember making this one. I feel like I needed like a bass in there or something, kind of bottom it out. But we're gonna let it live. We're gonna let it live. All right. This beat, I don't know. I can't remember what this bad boy was called. I want to say it was called. Let's see. I think I have a name right up here. Hold on. Calamity. It was called Calamity because it sounds like a whole mess, doesn't it? Sounds very busy. So I just named it that. Well, everybody, welcome the fuck back. This is Mills Speaks. I am Mills, the motherfucking Virgo. I am alive and well. Corona has not entered up in here, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure we had it at some point, though. But anyway, Corona has not taken me or any of my family members. I have had several family members be tested positive, very ill, test negative, all of these things. We have had tremendous luck in my family and my friend family and everything. My work family tree, everybody has been doing well. Thank God. You feel me? This is episode number 39, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll probably upload it as episode 40 because I'm recording it after episode 40, which is weird. So, but let's just roll with episode 39, right? All right. It is May 15th, 2020. Right. In the year of our Lord. My God, this has been the roughest 5 months I believe the country has faced in some time. Okay? In some time. I'm not going to say ever, but in some time. This shit was all good come 4 months ago. See, January 15th, we did not have these issues. But 11 days later, things started getting crazy. You see what I'm saying? 11 days later, Kobe Bean Bryant passed the fuck away. That was the first thing that made me confused about what the shit was going on in 2020. But I said, okay, people die. Accidents happen. Things happen. So, it's not even a thing. This is just something that happened. Kobe has passed on. This is sad. This was devastated you. You will move on past this. You will love him forever. Fair? Fair. Not even a month later from the time in which my man passed, we were in a situation where we had cases of people that had the corona that had entered into the United States. And then that drastically and rapidly spread throughout the country. Give yourself another month. Give yourself another month. So January 26th is when Kobe died. March 26th is when my company said, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and send y'all home with some computers. Y'all will be working from home or for the next foreseeable time or, in the future. That was a stressful time because the day before I was sent home with the computer, I had to take my mom to a hospital. My mother was having problems breathing for a very long time. She was told first that she had a virus, then she was told she had bronchitis, and she was told she had pneumonia, and they gave her the drugs and the antibiotics and all of these things. And they took all of these scans, and there was so much fluid all over her chest. And they were like, we just don't understand why there's so much fluid in your chest, And so I took her to the hospital that night, and they kept her, and I didn't see my mom again for another week and a half. You can't go in the hospital with the corona stuff going on. Nobody could have visitors. Nobody could be brought to the hospital by a family member or a loved one. The only people that were permitted to have one visitor with them or one guardian was children, pediatric patients, and only one parent. So y'all had to choose who goes, right? Oh boy. So it was very stressful. It was very stressful. They got the fluid from out of her lungs. A scan then showed that there was like a small piece, like a nodule, like a little spot in her lung. So, cool. Well, the problem is that the fluid that was around in the lung had then moved up to mom's heart, and it got into the cavity. So, there's fluid all around her heart. And so she got transferred to another hospital. It was a heart hospital. It was a specialty hospital. Again, still can't see her. Still can only do video chats. Duo was our best friend while she was in there, because she, Jesus, not being able to see your loved one while they're in the hospital for an extended amount of time is nerve-wracking as hell. And my thing was, it didn't help because the media was fucked up, because the media was showing all of the shit on the news about how people are just dying in the hospital and this, that, and the other. And then you're like, damn, I don't want my mom to die in the hospital by herself. And then who's going to tell me? How do I know? You don't know what's going on. So I'm just like, I don't know. So they told me, all right, well, we got to get the fluid from around your mom's heart. We're going to go in there, get it. We're going to make sure it doesn't collect in there again. So mom had small, and when I say small, I really mean huge, heart surgery to make sure that the fluid was out of there. They tested the fluid. The fluid was benign. So no cancer there. Thank God, right? They tested her lung where the spot was. Cancer was there. So the fluid was being retained because of the cancer in the lung. Then there was so much fluid in the lung that it moved up to the heart, and then that really caused mom to not be able to breathe very well, go up and down stairs. She was in the bed a lot. I was terrified. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. So of course that's when we took her to the hospital, and then here we are almost 2 months later from that situation. Maybe a week or so from 2 months later, mom is going through her treatment. Her cancer has come back. It's come back as stage 4 metastatic cancer. The way that I'm approaching this is that she doesn't have cancer. She's just ill, and that, we have certain regimen of things we need to do to ensure that we're good to go. Working in oncology currently, I am aware of certain things. I have already had my cry, guys, so I'm not gonna break down. I've already been thinking about crazy things for the first few weeks. I couldn't shake this idea that I was gonna be left alone, So it's a hard time. And then this week or last week, I have 2 friends, one that I grew up with somewhat, and then another one that I worked with at another job, and both their mothers passed away. Same cancer, same thing. So I try to remain as positive as possible. And honestly, I try to enjoy each and every single day that I have with my mom to the fullest. She's my best friend. Yeah, alright. So I thought I was alright, so I had to pause that, But she's my best friend, and, you just want to make sure your family is good. Specifically, always your mom. So for those of you who have, decent, relationships with your mom, that's amazing. For those of you who don't, if you can, try to fix it. Try. If it's worth it. I don't know your mom, right? I don't know you, but if it's worth it, if you want and need that connection and that, fix it. And those that can't, mom's passed away or something like that, I feel you always. So we're gonna move right on from that. I probably should have left that for the end, right? I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's move on. Okay, so Coronas has been happening. I did write notes, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I did write notes because it was so many things. It's been so many things. I just am amazed. I mean, there's the government, there's the medical, field, there's what we've been doing to pass the time. I mean, there's so many things. I can't even. So, let's see. Yeah, see, the last time I think I recorded was definitely, was that March? March the 2nd? Probably. Wow. That's crazy. All right, so I'm just going to read from what I have here. I already talked a lot about the Duo, because that's next on my list, because we definitely were all over the place with Duo while my mom was in the hospital. And then my best friend Carrie and I Duo damn near every day, all day. When I get done recording, probably gonna hit her on the Duo and be like, all right, yo, what up, you know? All types of video calling, Zoom, all of these things are major now. It's major keys. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing to me. If you guys have noticed, your internet is trash because literally everybody's home on the internet doing the same shit you're doing. But it has not slowed up or anything like that. I'm not stressed about that at all. I talked about a little about coronas, talked about my mom. During this corona situation, I don't know about y'all, but we were pretty scared in March. Like, we didn't know if we had allergies, flu, or coronas, or all three at one time. We had no idea, dog. It's just out of control. Completely out of control. So, like, I'm just glad that we're kind of at the end of it, but then who really knows, right? Because America is literally the only country that said, you know what? Corona's fucking over. It's done. Fuck it. Fuck it. Okay? Like, nobody else, no other country was like, oh, well, you know, our people are fucking tired of being inside, so, and this is, you know, we're kind of intruding on their lives, and, we, you know, this is their constitutional right to be able to leave their house, and, you know, no other country gives a fuck about that shit. The rest of the rest of the countries in the world give a fuck about making sure that the disease doesn't overcome the country. You see what I'm saying? Like, the people matter to the other countries. That's the thing that kills me. You know, so that's what we got going on right now. You know, they're working diligently and very hard to get this vaccine together. My mother told me the vaccine would be for people, could be for people that have, like, you know, elderly people they take care of, people that have had cancer. Let me tell you something. That's the only way that you're going to get me to take this motherfucking vaccine. The only way you're going to get me to take this vaccine. Because I have to take care of my mother. And she's had cancer and has cancer now. I'm going to get this vaccine, but believe you me, I'm not interested in this fucking vaccine. I don't believe that the government didn't have nothing to do with this shit in the first place. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay? I'm not going to talk about that right now, because let me tell you something. Y'all president is the most ignorant motherfucker I know. And I don't know him. Okay? Jesus, be offense. Oh my God. So I'm just gonna talk to y'all about what the hell I've been doing. Let me see. What did I write down here? Stupid ass president. Okay. That's about right. Fake news. Fake news. Where's Melanie? Stimulus. Oh, wow. I really wish that I knew what the hell my notes meant. But anyway, but yeah, I just kind of, it's been a real crazy situation. I think a lot of people have had a really hard time being quarantined, or someone saying, hey, you can't leave your house. You know what I'm saying? If you do leave your house, it has to be for essential reasons. So grocery store, food, things like that. But otherwise, you can't be out here fucking around. So I think a lot of people, because we're Americans, I think the very fact that someone said, hey, you can't, makes them want to. It's like kids. We're like kids, you know? And I think if we're being real with ourselves and we can identify that, we can fix it. We can fix it. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to or not. Do you want to grow up, or do you want to be looked at as spoiled, typical, stankin' ass Americans who can't handle shit? You know what I mean? I guess it's up to whoever, right? So there's also an interesting dynamic going on here. People who typically don't have financial woes are having financial woes. You can break that down into the subset of people that you'd like. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say that certain people might not have lived a life where their account was in a constant state of negative because they had to pay bills and get food and put gas in their car and do certain things, and things came up and this, that, and the other, and they don't get paid enough. Honestly, they don't get paid enough to take care of all of their bills in the first place. And then when you add in, surprise things like taxes on your vehicle, property taxes, add in a ticket, a speeding ticket or something like that, anything like that, borrowing money, something like that. You add shit like that into the mix, it's very hard to live. A lot of people that know No. Okay? A lot of people who don't. And it is showing. Your slip is showing. All of y'all slips are showing. The woman on the news said that that her account was in the negative. And it had to sit in the negative for about a week or two, and I just don't know how to handle that, you know? And I'm just thinking to myself, damn, because when I was in my 20s, that was my life. By the time, if I got paid on a Friday, by the time 2 weeks later on a Wednesday came around, my account was in the negative. And that's just that. Now, there was a lot of bad budgeting, eating out, things like that. I was young. I was in my 20s. But my point is that this was actual life for people who were good at budgeting. People who were good at making sure that they only got the bare, necessities and the things that they needed. So yeah, your account's going to be in a negative until the government can figure out how to get you your money, right? Another woman, what did she say her concern was? And I was like, damn, that's a real concern for people? Because, I think the problem is that black people have been struggling for a while. I won't say just black people. I would say all people but richer white people have been struggling for some time. And this is no different than me literally not having money to buy the food. The food isn't on the shelf? Good. Because I don't have the money to buy it anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just can remember so many years of being in my 20s and my early 30s, just not knowing where my next meal was going to come from. Like the lady said I just don't know where my next meal is going to come from. Welcome to motherfucking America. Welcome to America. Because goddamn, what you mean? We've all been there. And I feel badly for some of these people because obviously, nobody wants to be in that scenario. I'm not one of those people that simply because I went through it, you can go through it because I went through it. I don't wish that kind of shit on nobody. But what I will question is why the fuck is this news on TV when there's other real shit going on? Like, yeah, your shit's gonna be in the negative. Yeah, you're gonna be confused about where you're gonna eat next, and you still gonna be okay because at the end of the day, you're gonna be fine, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? The people have stopped evictions and stuff. Some of these insurance companies have helped out some of their members. I'm sure that your car payment folks have been working with you. All of these things. There's so many things in place for people to be helped who may need it or may not need it, right? That's now. If all of this stuff was always available to people who needed or who were in need, we wouldn't have people in need, right? Like, so I just kind of get frustrated when I hear certain folks complaining and going on about being bored in their house or this, that, and the other. It's like, listen, y'all are crazy to be talking about y'all bored because look at all of the things that's going on. Y'all better be happy that y'all can be in your house in your pajamas all fucking day. And y'all can watch TV or play video games or be on the internet or your laptop, your tablet, your phone all fucking day. Like, I'm just bugged out by it, Now, obviously, I don't have the same problems that a lot of people have. I enjoy the hell out of my mother's company. My mother and I have been living together here in this apartment since 2013 because when she had cancer the first time, after she went through her radiation, I brought her up here. I said, nah, I can't be away from you. If something were to happen like this again, I have to be around. I have to be there. I was carless. I was homeless at the time. Like, it was so many things. That's a testimony right there. That's why I know I have to pick my shit up. That's why I know I have to be good and be strong for my mother, because I got a second chance that most people don't get. You know what I mean? So you got to make the best of them shits. But I'm blessed, and a lot of people are not blessed that way, to have somebody in their house that they like. A lot of people live with people they really don't like and just tolerate or don't know, stuff like that. And I'm sorry for y'all, honestly, but at the end of the day, shit, be safe. You see the divorces are going up, separations, domestic violence, all kinds of shit going up. Motherfuckers hate each other at the house. Damn. So I want people to take this time, understand, find you a mate that you wouldn't mind being quarantined with. You now know what quarantine feels like, right? You get it now. So when you're looking for that girl or that guy, okay, you make sure they got the necessary things you need. For me, I need you to have a decent ping, right? You listen, that's just it. All right, I need you to have some good business sense, be able to manage some money, and then I would need to definitely be able to hang with you during a goddamn quarantine or apocalypse. Okay? Shit. I hope y'all really taking heed of what's going on with your friends and your family. Okay? Take heed. Teach your children. Teach them well. Teach them well. So there's that. I have been doing a significant amount of content inhalation. I've been watching movies. I've been watching TV shows. I've been watching documentaries. I've been trying to figure out how to create apps without writing code. I've been trying to figure out how to... Listen, I've been all over the place. And, of course, after becoming a caregiver, now you're thinking of different ways and different things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So my mind's been all over the place, but the movies that have kept me pimping all this whole time are as follows. Ready Player One, fantastic fucking film. You never seen that? Get you some. Fast and Furious 5 is probably the best Fast and Furious there is. I mean, I love Fast and Furious 7. That's the last one with Paul Walker. And Fast 8 was really good. I enjoyed that. Charlize Theron was a bitch, but I liked it. Okay? I'm sure that the next one will be decent. I think they're trying to get to 10. We'll see. But Fast 5 is fantastic. It's on HBO on demand right now. And has been for some time. The extended version. Oh, I love it. I fast forward through the whole beginning part of it until they put the team together in Brazil. And then, bam, I'm in there. You understand? Another one would be Colombiana. Love it. Damn. I love Zoe Saldana. Okay, she's fantastic. I didn't appreciate her being Nina Simone in that Hulu movie, but Zoe is really dope. And as Catalina, she dope ass assassin. Amazing. I really love that movie. Truly. So I definitely have been watching that. Another movie that I've brought into the rotation that's not written down here would be Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come, featuring LL Cool J, Vivica Fox, Whoopi Goldberg, Anthony Anderson, Jada Pinkett Smith. We'll leave it there. Tony Braxton's in there. Trying to think who else. Eddie Winslow. I'm sorry. I don't know your real name, sir. So we're going to just call you Eddie Winslow. He's in it. And then a plethora of others that you've seen in tons of other things. It's a typical all-star cast. The movie initially, when you watch it, you're like, oh, God, this is not it. But the more you watch it, the funnier this shit gets. Loretta Devine is comedy gold. She's fantastic. And I love her. So that movie is something you definitely should check out as well. Been doing a lot of Netflix watching, a lot of Hulu watching, tons of Hulu watching. My new show is 90 Day Fiance. Before the 90 days, I actually started it before we left out of the job. But let me tell you something. I love that shit. It is amazing. I don't know how I got caught up one day, but it is amazing. Okay? I just can't. Then they got the audacity to have a pillow talk version of it, like the same episode, but people are watching it and talking about it during the show. My God, I love it. So, yeah, I think that y'all need to check these out. Of course, I'm watching the Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or Everybody. I can't remember which one it is, on Netflix. New shows, Little Fires Everywhere. I definitely want to start. I haven't started Insecure because I didn't watch season 3, so I wasn't going to start season 4. So that's on the list as well. There's a new show coming on at the end of this month, I think. It's called Snowpiercer. That shit looks amazing. It comes on TNT, so I'll be tuned in for that. Trying to think anything else, man. We we're just doing the most. I have lots of different streaming services. I've got my two cable ones that I use. One is like a $20 a month one where you get literally all the channels in the world that you want. It's fantastic for movies as well. So I use the shit out of that. My mom loves that shit. We do Hulu as well because I need to be able to watch certain stuff that doesn't always show up on Swoop. And then if I can't see it on either one of them, then fuck it, I didn't need to see it, right? Because I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? But we've got, of course, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Prime. So between all of those things, we've got tons of content, tons of TV, and tons of movies to watch. So I've been really not bored. So I don't know how everybody's bored, because I've not been bored not one time. But I am also a homebody, loves to be at my house. Literally, my house is set up for happiness. It's set up for me to be happy. Like, I've got everything I need here, and I think everybody should prepare their life that way, just in general, pandemic or not. You have everything you need at your house so that you don't have to be out here in these streets with this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Working from home, a lot of people have issues with working from home too. I think we've got some coworkers that are struggling with working from home right now because they don't want to be home all day, and even on the weekends and stuff. So it's like, you got to be home all day on the weekends, and you got to be home all day. So they want to basically go to work to have a break from being at home. That's really what this boils down to. For me, it boils down to, you basically want to go to work to talk and communicate and, just be, ridiculous or whatever on the dime, and you would get paid for it. You want to get paid for coming to work to socialize. That's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's more than enough of a break for you to be at work now, you know what I'm saying, for 8 hours. Then you can go back home and deal with whatever the shit's going on at the house. A lot of people have kids, so they don't have peace when they go home. A lot of people have sick and ass husbands, so they don't have peace when they go home. So I don't have any of those problems. So I love my house, and it's extremely peaceful. My dog is the only thing that actually aggravates the fuck out of me, and it's only because she is an asshole. But anyway, but yeah, so I don't know, man. I just think everybody needs to take a book out of a page out of my book, basically, and just chill the fuck out. Just chill out, enjoy it. You'll never ever get an opportunity like this again. We'll never have a situation where the country shuts down and they're asking you to stay home, sit on your ass, and watch TV. Like, they're asking you to go stay home, sit on your ass, and watch TV. That's it. So enjoy the shit, motherfuckers. Enjoy the shit. Okay. I also have written down here, there's like I didn't really get my pros and cons off from working from home. For me, there's no major cons. The only cons you have is when you have to do something that you absolutely could do at your job, at your office. You know what I'm saying? And you're struggling because you're home, But for me, there's no cons. For me, it's perfect because I always look at jobs like, do I have to really be here? Like, I had another job. I was vendor manager. I did not have to be in the office for that job, period. Like, I could have been reached via IM, I could have been reached via phone, or I could have been reached via email. Like, there was no reason for me to be in the building. No reason at all, period. I feel that way about my job too, to a certain extent. There's no reason for me to be in there. I mean, I can do the majority of my work and my duties right here, and if I need to come into the office, maybe I could do that once or twice a week, right? But, hey man. So that's kind of how I've been feeling about this whole situation. Now, I will say this. I'm not a complete hermit. So, over the past few weeks here, I've had to, go and do various things. I've met up with a couple of friends to, exchange certain things. Certain people live in areas where they have toilet paper and paper towels. So you cash app them and then they bring it to you or you go get it. You know what I mean? And so I've been seeing my friends, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the last time or the time before it, I was like, man, I wish we could go get something to eat and hang out. You know what I mean? And that was like the first time where I was like, damn, I kind of wish we could kind of go and hang out. But, all right, I guess we can. But yeah, so So I'm not cold-blooded, but at the end of the day, I'm not really gonna trip about this. You're not gonna find me complaining about being at the house. You're not gonna find me, talking about I'm bored and that's all. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. So, I can't. But I did notice that some people were saying that with the whole pandemic, like, people have really been, indulging in like different substances, kind of drinking all day, smoking weed all day, doing certain things literally all day, because they're bored or they don't have anything to do, Again, I ask that you people get a life and or a skill or some sort. There's so much free stuff out there. I'm so aggravated with some people because I'm aggravated with myself because I definitely had, along with everybody in America and the world, had opportunity in April, the month of April, to take literally all of Nikon's photography classes for free. They were offering you access to them for fucking free for the month of April. And I got through like 3 of them, I think. But yeah, I didn't get to do all of them. And that was a waste because I have this Nikon, camera, all of this equipment, and it's great to learn new techniques so that you can take better pictures. You just never know what that could come, what that could lead. So, but again, there's so many things like that where people are being offered free services that typically cost way too much because of the circumstance we're in. So I'm not going to be like one of these assholes and say, well, if you didn't accomplish anything during this time, it wasn't because you didn't have the time or the opportunity. It was always you. I'm not saying that. But what I am going to say is if you do have ambitions to do something more than what you're doing, this would be the prime time to try to capitalize on that. Try to get a good plan, a good business plan in place. Try to do as much research as possible. Try to ask as many questions as possible. You probably have access to people that you normally never would because they have to sit on their ass too. So you just never know. You really never know. So I'm just hoping that everybody can kind of just, chill out. I think we're getting close to the end of this thing. But then again, that's a big T on the beginning of that think because I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. And even the doctors don't fucking know, So hopefully we'll keep it together. Just in regular news, had last night was the last episode of How to Get Away with Murder, period. So yeah, devastated. Sure. It was a good episode. It ended well. I'm not mad at it at all. I think my other show is going to be going off soon too. 90 days before the 90 days. I think Drag Race goes off this week, but they have another season for All Stars coming up in the next 2 weeks. So RuPaul really set that first and second quarter up pretty well. Okay, RuPaul was very smart. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just kind of been in my own world, trying to make sure that I can keep myself healthy, trying to make sure I can keep my mom healthy with us and just happy, keep her eating. Anything like that. When you're faced with certain death, right? Or you're faced with a situation that will end at some point. Might not be anytime soon, but it's going to end at some point. You start to indulge in, you start to, what's the word? You really start to enjoy people and things, situations, scenarios. You start to enjoy them. You start to see, you have a different perspective now. So, maybe you don't want to argue about something that's really not that important in the first place, but you were just bitching and you just want to bitch. Maybe it's not important no more, So, I just ask that everybody, you just grab a hold of the people in your life and do not let them go. Just don't. Just don't. I know this is really quick, but I wanted to say something to y'all. You know what I mean? I know the last episode is probably a little longer, or the versus episodes probably a little longer. I talked a lot about versus on that episode, so I'm not gonna really touch it here, because I was gonna do like a whole crazy ass overview of it and then just do the one episode just about Jill and Erica, but it kind of merged itself, so that's okay. But yeah, I thank you guys for always rocking with me. Everybody that listens on a consistent basis or binges it or however you do it, I don't care, as long as you have a good time while you're listening. So where you can follow me. Instagram is Mills the Virgo and Mills Speaks. Mills the Virgo is not blocked anymore. It's not private anymore, so you guys can add me temporarily. So I will, if it gets out of control, I will go back to private, because y'all niggas is out of control. But nah, I you can follow me there. You can follow me on Twitter at Mills the Virgo. You can follow me on Facebook. You can find me there under Mills Speaks. Just type that in your bar, bring me right up. Okay. But yeah, I just pray you guys make it through. Just make it through this pandemic. The summer, the heat is supposed to help it. I think the people have come back and said they don't know about that, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. Also, get you some fucking elderberry. Hit my girl up at let's see, I think it's 4. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the entire phone. Okay, it's at Four Seasons Apothecary. My homegirl, she makes this elderberry syrup. She makes this fire cider. I'm just want to let you know right now, if you need some shit that's gonna make sure you good on the inside, okay, holla at her. Her Instagram is Four Seasons Apothecary. I picked up one of these elderberry syrups from her before the new year. My mom had been sick. She had been feeling like that since like November, October, right? So I got some of that elderberry from her, and I believe my mom would have been worse off had she not been using that elderberry. So I'm really blessed that this helped her as much as it did. We are definitely going to continue to buy from my homegirl, because these things are important. We have to make sure we take care of ourselves. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Wash your fucking hands. Get your masks. Wash your fucking masks. Get enough gloves to where you literally aren't using the same ones all day, because that's nasty too. And just be safe out there, and don't be stupid. And if you feel compelled to leave your house with guns to talk about how you need to protest something, take your guns down to your town hall or whatever, or you guys travel your dumbasses to Georgia with your guns, and you go and you see why the fuck it took 2 months for 2 white boys to get arrested for killing a black boy while he was literally running. Y'all want to protest some shit, go protest some real shit. Don't protest no bullshit. Protest the real shit. Okay? And don't try to fucking recruit me for your bullshit on the streets, because where the fuck were you at when we needed collective help, because the police don't give a fuck about us? Where were you? You know what I'm saying? You was sitting your dumb ass in your house shaking your head looking at them protesters, and we doing the same motherfucking thing. Sorry, whites. Fuck. That's a Dave Chappelle reference for those of you who weren't aware. You're welcome. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to wrap this up. We got what? We got a good 40 minutes in. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm not going to promise a next episode within the next amount of time, because I noticed that I do that, and then it's a month. It's a month, 2 months, So let's just say I'll be back shortly with another episode, so that we can talk about the shenanigans that's going on in the world. Rest in peace to Andre Harrell. Rest in peace to Jerry Stiller. Rest in peace to Betty Wright. I think that was a mistake that was happening. Not White. Right. Sorry. Still sad. Still rest in peace. And so many others. There's so many other people just died recently. Just gone. So, rest in peace. Take care of your people. Wash your fucking hands. It's all love. And I'm out.